Alright, what's up guys? So today we're gonna install some high flow injectors in my 2022. I got the ND2 mcal injectors from Fab 9, so today I'll show you guys how to actually get them in the car. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do, as with everything, go ahead and disconnect that negative battery terminal. Get that out the way. Don't want anything grounding out. Grab a towel for that, one sec.
Use this old glove here, cover it up so it's not grounding out on me.
Next thing, easy, just go ahead and remove this little engine cover. It's just held up a couple of pop rivets on the bottom. So you just pop it up and it'll come right off. Alright, next thing here, I'm going to go ahead and undo this hose right here for the air box. Get this out of here. We can disconnect it from the top. That's free. Alright, so next, this isn't really any particular order, but all this stuff is going to have to come off. So I'm going to go ahead and start loosening a couple bolts, such as these fuel line bolts. Set that off to the side. Just kind of keep a mental note of where you take all these bolts out. I like to organize mine on the side, just to make sure I don't lose anything and nothing gets misplaced. That out of the way. So for these clips that hold the wiring harness on here and back here, you just take a pair of needle nose, get underneath, and there's two tabs on each side. So you just go in, squeeze them, and it'll pop right out. And while we're here, before we get too deep into anything, I'm going to go ahead and remove the strut tower brace that's in the way. This other side you can just loosen. And then just rotate that out of the way. Get that out of here. So this guy has another hose right here that connects to right here. Go ahead and disconnect that. And then go ahead and remove this hose right here as well. Okay. And that one's out of the way. Okay, you can see now we got these out. We have access to 1, 2, third one's in there, 4, and then number 5 is going to be, see if I can get it on camera here. Probably not, but it's going to be right down in here. You'll be able to see it on yours. So there's those 5 bolts there. and then we'll remove those.
I'm using an electric ratchet, but this will be just as easy with a regular set of hand tools. These bolts aren't tight at all. Leave that one there for now.
Also, you can go ahead and disconnect your throttle body cable right here. That's easy, you just push in on this tab and it'll come right out. Just like that.
Might be a little overkill, but that's okay.
And it's loose. Alright, now that most of the top stuff is done, we're going to go ahead and move underneath. So you can use a jack and jack stands. I'm just going to use my quick jacks. It's a lot easier and a lot faster.
Just like that.
Okay, so we're underneath, and this last one's going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to try to remove it without removing anything else. So as you can see, I already disconnected just this little pop rivet here. It's just one of those guys. So just pull that out, that frees that up just a little bit. And if you can see if I can get it on camera, that one little shiny bolt back there, that should be the last bolt for the manifold, and then it should be able to come loose far enough for us to get to the fuel rail. So I'm going to go ahead and try to use probably a long extension and a swivel joint on the end of it, and then that should come right off. So upon further examination, I think it's going to be a lot easier if I just go ahead and remove this skid plate on the bottom. So it's just a few 13s. We'll go ahead and knock that out real quick.
Okay.
Alright, so here's what worked. We're under the car. Here's the oil pan. If you look up, right by the starter, there's a 10-inch deep well and a 3-inch extension, and then I can fit the ratchet right there. Just barely enough to get that out of there loose. If you can see it from this way, there's the ratchet. Just like that. It's not too hard. Alright, we got that bottom screw off, so let's see how much play that gives us. You see it's coming loose pretty good. We might have to disconnect a few more wire harness clips though. There's one there. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. There's a wire harness clip up under the throttle body here. Go ahead and disconnect that one as well. Alright, so all those little clips, there's I think 4 that hold the wiring on. Those are all going to have to come off because this thing pretty much has to come all the way out to get to the fuel rail. So the right thing to do would be to get some needle nose, clip all those, but I just cut them because it's a lot easier and I can replace them off the car. So let's see if this thing will come out. This is what we missed on the back here. So there's just this one clip and this plug. So down here, this clip right here, and this plug. This plugs into the intake as well, and then I just disconnected this from the starter just to give us more room. Yep, that's all you gotta do for that. Alright, it's now the next day. Finally got these ND2 mcal injectors in from Fab 9. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up where we left off and get this fuel rail out. Alright, so first thing for the fuel rail, you have your feed line right down here. It's a 19mm wrench, so go ahead and break that loose first. A note with that, if your car hasn't been, if it hasn't been sitting for like 2 hours, either wait for it to sit or get ready to catch a lot of fuel because it'll be spilling out there a lot. I already drained the fuel tank and purged all the lines, so it shouldn't leak too much, but I'm still going to put a rag down just in case.
Helps it go the right way. Get down in there with the glove. That line is loose.
Alright, next, we got these 4 bolts right here. I think that's a 10mm, so we'll go ahead and break those loose and then get those off.
What's up? Throw these in a different pan so I don't get them confused.
And we should be able to lift right out after we get the rest of the wire clips. It looks like there's just one clip right here, so we'll go ahead and get that off. That's free. Oh, duh. And there we go. There is the injectors. There's actually quite a bit of carbon buildup already, just from a few thousand miles. Here, let me get closer. As you can see, if it'll focus, there's already a pretty good amount of carbon buildup. So we'll go ahead and get these out of here. So next thing, let's just go ahead and get all these injectors disconnected from the harness so we can pull the fuel rail out.
It's a little tight.
Probably because it's brand new. And there we go. One fuel rail. Alright, so we got the fuel rail off, we got these all opened. Make sure this is on camera. So, to get these ones out, all you gotta do, real easy, just grab it and pull straight out. Keep in mind, there is gonna be a little bit of fuel left, and some O-rings might get stuck, but we can fish those out with a pick. We're gonna go through. Get all these out. iPro is never a bad idea. Get this extra gas drained into a drip pan. Alright, so we got all the old ones out. Got the O-rings taken out with a pick. So to get them out, this is the tool I use. It's just a small little dental pick from Harbor Freight. Makes it real easy. And then I went ahead and pre-lubed all the O-rings with just a little bit of petroleum jelly. And that'll just help them slide in a lot easier. So go here. And it just snaps right in. Doesn't really take much pressure at all. And it'll just get right in. And we're ready to go back in. Alright, so reverse install is exactly the same as removal, just backwards. So I'll go ahead and I'll probably just do a time lapse from here so I'm not bored. I can actually listen to music. I'll probably put the torque specs for everything in the description, so keep a lookout for that. guys, that's pretty much the install. Any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as quick as possible. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with some E85 and get the tune flashed.